Alright, hey guys, it's Christine back from the healing space. So today I brought a special guest. She is my best friend, my little sister. And we're going to, or she will be talking about her story as a black woman. And this is starting my project called The Strength of Black Women, where basically I give a chance for Chicago women to speak on their story as a black woman here because they are overlooked in Chicagoland area and as well as other states and countries. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ta'ah Tompkins. I'm 18 years old. I currently go to the University of Illinois. I've known Christine since the, second grade. I was in second grade, she was in third grade, and we were neighbors most of our lives. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that sums up the introduction, honestly. I could go longer for my introduction, but I'm not going to. So Ta'ah, tell me about your story, since I know so much about it. I won't speak on it, guys, so go ahead.
I chose to do this project because I have been inspired probably by one of the most important black women in my life, which is my mom. She is probably the most inspiring person just throughout my life, and her strength and the things that she was always able to overcome. She definitely inspired me.
I guess I could say, like, how?
How?
Give me, like, examples. Or...
Throughout my life, we went through some hardships. We had probably typical family issues that everyone had, but we had specific ones for sure. And I feel like throughout that process, she never stopped. Mm-hmm. She never stopped going. She never gave up. You never really saw her defeated or just, I'm tired or I can't do this anymore. It was always like, well, this is the issue, we have to solve it. And she always was working to solve her issues. Whether it was something small, as if oh mom, I lost my sock and I can't find it. Yeah. She was not going to give up until she found that dang sock. But other than that, there were of course bigger issues too. And I just feel like seeing someone with that much determination, it definitely made me just grow up and look at her and want to have a drive as such. I wanted to be as strong as she was and always be able to take on and accomplish tasks, because not only did she take on tasks, she accomplished them, regardless of how hard it was. So that was definitely something that was important, and that was some examples, yeah.
Okay, so I guess my next question would be, when did you realize that she was inspirational? I know there were times where you're in school and you're like, oh my gosh, my mom looks up to me, but what was the big moment when you realized that she was the most inspirational black woman in the world to you?
So in January of last year, she passed away. She had heart complications that she had been dealing with since I was probably about in the 8th grade. That's when they had started. She received because of her heart was failing, she received a heart transplant by my sophomore year. And after that heart transplant, she was, she had to take her time to recover and heal, which already just showed her immense strength. Mm-hmm. But even as she lost her battle and she passed away, I think just seeing all of the people that reached out after she passed away, you just see all the people that are calling, even people that you don't see every day or talk to every day, or people that I didn't even know, and they're like, your mother touched me in this way, and I had no idea. I'm just looking at everyone else and just her power and what she did, and then also too with her being a black woman and always having to deal with the hardships that she had to deal with, whether it was in the workforce or whether it was just in her everyday tasks. Mm-hmm. She was still able to reach out and touch people always. So I definitely feel like that was the moment. I'd probably say the actual moment was just the funeral, which is sad, but like it's sad and it wasn't sad because it was so packed to the point where we couldn't even get everybody in. It's people standing in the hall because they just want to be there, and to see every single person, you know, you talk to throughout that whole day, and you're thinking, you know, they're saying this, your mother touched me in this way, she touched me in this way, she touched me in this way, and it's just like, wow, like in all of these different ways, one person can change people's lives. And I just feel like as a Black woman, that is definitely something that I would like to do for other people. Just looking at her and knowing that even in her absence, people will always remember her because of what she did.
Yeah, most definitely. So, what's your big career goal? Since you're saying you wanted to like be that one who's there for everybody.
So I definitely would say this is another thing that my mom inspired me in doing so as well. I am majoring in social work in college, and I would like to be an educational social worker, so hopefully working in a high school or maybe even a middle school, hopefully secondary education, and being a social worker just for students that are in need. And I feel like when I was going through my situation, because it happened my senior year of high school, my social worker was like my backbone. Like she was the person I was able to fall back on. And realizing that, I was just like, this is something that I feel like I would be able to do given my situation and what I went through. I feel like looking at my mom, let's say looking at my social worker, whatever, like those are things that I would like to do. I would like to reach out and help people. My mom was always one to help others, regardless of if she had it, if she didn't have it. She was always willing to give her last. And I just feel like I can do those same things because I like being able to connect with people and touch people and communicate. It's just something that I enjoy, just probably because it's something that I've grown up looking at and seeing.
That's nice. I feel like we all, like as Black women, it's like hard for us, but I feel like we all want to like make a change in the world. Like,
yes.
There's so many ways to like get there, but it's kind of hard because we are Black and then we are women at the same time.
Yes, and I feel like a lot of times too we run into situations where we may give maybe too much of ourselves sometimes.
Right.
I've learned from my mom and just from my major that there will be times where you will have to give so much of yourself to the point where you will have to take those moments to step back and be like, okay, I need something for myself as well.
Exactly.
You know, I still matter and I'm still important. And I think a lot of times people get confused because they're just like, what? You're not going to do this for me? Just because you want to be selfish. And knowing that it's okay to be selfish, I think sometimes my mom, I could see, would get caught up in those situations as well where she didn't really realize that it was okay to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah.
And when finally realizing that, a lot of people would be a little thrown off because people are so used to you helping them until you decide that you want to help yourself. So I think that is also a lesson for Black women to know when just us being such giving and loving and caring people, but along with any woman, period, to also know that it's okay to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's probably like, would you say that's your takeaway? Yeah, guys, you guys need to listen to her. She has the message for you all.
Yes.
So that'll be all for today. I guess I'll close myself in. Again, guys, this is Christine. I am closing the project of The Strength of Black Women, and you will see, I guess, me interviewing another woman next month. Go ahead and say bye.
See you guys.